if you were here for ESL Open Cup Asia, you would have seen that Creator versus Nightmare, that best of 5 was like an hour and a half long. It was a very long PvP, to be honest. Despite how aggressive Korean PvP can be, Creator was very much so mid and late game oriented. We had a lot of Disruptor versus Disruptor. We had a lot of 4-5 base economies even. We'll see if that's going to be the case here, though. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Hecate, we have our South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Twisted Minds. It is Classic. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the other South Korean Protoss, the Blue Protoss, representing Club NV. It is Creator. Here we go. Oh, Este Pai in the chat. Good morning, papi. Good. Dzień dobry. Dzień dobry. Hope you've been having a great morning and a good day. And what better way to really enjoy a morning like this than with the PvP? I mean, Korean PvPs are always a lot of fun. Again, Classic is typically very aggressive. But how will he approach Creator? That is the question. For now, 2-gate opener. 2-gate opener at a Classic. 2-gate opener at a Creator as well. Pretty safe and standard builds between our players. No one taking the risk and going for a gate expand. No one quite pulling a max packs yet. Not yet, at least. I'll be lurking for a bit. Gotta focus on work. All good, papi. All good. All good. Hope you have a good day. Hope you enjoy your work. So for the time being, we do have our second pylon in the main base of Classic. Likewise, a second pylon in the main base of Creator, so no one is going for a proxy. Everything is looking standard here, and really we're keeping an eye on the first two units of choice. Creator opening up double Adept, Classic opening up double Stalker. Okay, so Creator is going to be more the aggressive player. He's moving out with Adepts, going to be harassing, going to be looking to find a way into the main base and try and eviscerate the economy here of Classic. Likewise with double Stalker, Classic will have a stronger head-to-head fight available to him. His goal is going to be to catch out the Adepts and to focus them down before they can get anywhere near his mineral line. There we go, Adepts are on the way. We have 2 more behind this, so 4 Adepts in total. This could lead into a Stargate opener as well, like a Stargate follow-up into Oracle production. I would not be surprised. They drew shade across the map. The Stalkers are here to meet them, though. One probe does fall, but good target firing here at a Classic. And he will shut down one of those Adepts. And just like that, he does remove the one-shot potential of Creator. Does come into the shade on the right-hand side. Classic following this up with a Robo and a third gateway. This is a one-base all-in. One base all-in at a Classic. This is what we spoke about earlier, about how Classic is more of an aggressive player. Creator is expanding, and he does have nothing but Adepts to defend. Oh, Classic, he did overstay his welcome a little bit, but reinforcements have arrived, and we do commit to the shade. Creator, this was not the shade to commit to, and he will be losing 2 more Adepts. One Adept does recall. Actually, both Adepts make it out, but they're so very low. And again, a Mass Stalker versus Mass Adept, you hate to see it, as Creator cannot keep up. Pylon does go down. Ooh, trading Stalker for Stalker. Not a bad trade here for Creator. Does force back the army, but more Stalkers are coming. They're on the way. War Prism in production as well to reinforce. And Creator behind this is going for a safety Robo. With this Robo, we need Immortals. We desperately need Immortals as quickly as possible. We need shield batteries as well, but remember, the pylon was killed. Because the pylon went down, the shield battery is heavily delayed. So a delayed shield battery, delayed overcharge. Classic is arriving, and we need a shield battery ASAP. Without it, I don't know if we can hold onto the low ground. Don't know if we can hold. Creator going for a Twilight Council behind this. Going for an Observer first, not an Immortal. Risky move here from Creator. Greedy, actually. Creator, he hasn't scouted. He doesn't know. He has no idea it's a one-base all-in until now. And we have an overwhelming army. 11 Stalkers to 1 to 0. 0 Stalkers in for Creator. He does warp one in. The boys are being pulled. 0 shield batteries. No overcharge. No Immortal. And Classic, he's snowballing out of control. There's just far too much here. Good juggling out of him. Good juggling out of our red Protoss. As he does take control of the low ground. Pushes up into the main base as well. And Creator just doesn't have enough. Does force field the ramp. Immortal's on the way. Immortal is in production, but we're still losing so much in the process here. And can the Immortal survive? Just barely, it cannot. Yeah, we warp in straight to the middle line as well. Stalkers are going down. But we warp in a wave of Zealots. And again, this is still just doing far too much. GG gets called as we deal critical damage, and Classic does take a 1-0 lead. GG. GG, well played. A little bit cut and dry there. Essentially, Creator never scouted. He didn't go for a sentry, so without a scout, without specifically a hallucination scout or an adept across the map, Creator had no idea what was going on. He had no idea that he was being all in. Like, we have full vision, so we saw the one base all in coming a mile away from Classic, but Creator, his adepts were stuck at home, and he didn't open up sentry. Specifically, we don't have to open up sentry in PvP. Like, you can get away with going adept, but you need at least one adept to get across the map. If Creator was able to sneak one adept across the map, then he's going to be able to confirm the lack of expansion, maybe even get into the main base and confirm exactly what kind of all-in. But even seeing the lack of natural base would have been enough. That would have been enough to tell Creator to play safely, to get shield batteries, to focus and prioritize Immortal production. We would have seen a very different game, but Creator, he was playing in the dark, he was playing blind, and he did fall as a result. With that, Classic takes a lead, and now we're getting into game number 2. Let's go. We are getting into game number 2. When will be the quarterfinals approximately? We are in the semis. We've already wrapped up the quarterfinals, Bobby. We're here in the semifinals, los semifinales. And here we go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Solaris, we have our red Protoss player representing Twisted Minds. It is Classic. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player representing Club NV. Down in the series, looking to fight back. It is Creator. Here we go. Our PvP is upon us. And again, that last game was just unfortunate for Creator. He was just, again, playing blind. Didn't really know what he was up against, was caught with his pants down, was caught being too greedy. But I'm sure he will adjust in game number 2. I'm sure he'll be keeping a keener eye on Classic, making sure he's aware of what he's up to. As we once again are setting up with a 2-gate opener from Classic, as well as a 2-gate opener from Creator. We do have, for the time being, mirrored builds. Now, winding it back a little bit, if you remember, in game 1, Creator did open up double adept. We'll see if he continues to do so, or if he goes Stalker Sentry instead. Which would be quite a stark contrast. From an aggressive opener into a very safe opener. Otherwise, we could go double adept again, we could go double Stalker. Stalker Zealot even. We shall see. Stalker Adept, which is more common than Stalker Zealot. As we are waiting for those cybercores to finish up. Meanwhile, both players are scouting, checking for each other's second pylon. Once again, second pylon in the main base of Classic, second pylon in the main base of Creator, so no one is proxying. And we do have a role reversal. Game 2, we have Creator opening up double Stalker, and Classic going double Adept. Okay. So here in the early game, it's going to be on Classic to get across the map to bypass the Stalkers of his opponent, get across the map and get into a mineral line. Meanwhile, it's going to be on Creator to catch the Adepts of Classic, to shut them down and gain map control. Ooh, Creator going to be opening up Stargate behind this as well. Very interesting. Okay, Stargate is in production. With that, we gain access to Oracles. So Oracles can get across the map. Adept's going to be chasing down that probe, making sure there is no proxy. And Classic is following this up with a Twilight Council. A much more standard opener. This should be for Blink. And Classic should be looking to expand. Stalkers are here to shut down the pylon. Sentries on the way behind this to scout to go for hallucinations. And the Adepts, they did go the long way around to get here towards the natural base. Classic does get eyes on the expansion. He's now aware that he's not being one base all in. That's all that Classic was really looking for. At least initially. Ooh, as he meets up with his Stalkers. Okay, Classic. Can we break in? The wall has been cancelled. Adepts, they do not make it into the main base. We do not commit to the shade. Okay, Classic going to be pulling back home. Behind this, Blink is on the way. Nexus as well. Creator is indeed opening up Oracle. He has the first Oracle moving out across the map. Second Oracle on the way. And is Classic ready for it? He doesn't have a shield battery in the main base, but he does have Stalkers in position. Does have 4 Stalkers in the main. Nothing protecting the natural. Does recall that Adept. And the Oracle is finding damage. We get 1 probe, we get a sentry. We almost get a second, forcing the Guardian Shield. Very nice damage here from Creator, getting 4 probes in total and a Revelation. The Oracle will be forced back. At the same time, Classic doesn't get into the main base again. He was not able to confirm what was going on, but he does have Blink finishing up. And a proxy gateway. Okay. Classic looking to turn this on its head here. We're going to be working with 3 gateways. I imagine a 4th gateway is going to be in production. We'll see how committed Classic is going to be. Meanwhile, both Oracles are still alive, so Classic should be wary and should be keeping units in position, but never mind, he's moving out. Uh-oh. As he moves out, the Oracles are moving in. The Oracles, they do move in. Shield battery is not done. Nothing in position. Probes are going down. And Classic, he's all in at this point. There's no turning back. And we lose 8, 9 probes across the map. At the same time, though, what is it to defend? Do we have enough? Classic pushing towards the natural. Do you have a shield battery? Do you have an overcharge? Creator is going to be able to hold on. Meanwhile, Blink is done. And Classic, do we have high ground vision? We do. We have that 1 sentry hallucination into the main base. We bypass the shield batteries. Get into the main. Ooh, and we depower the gateways. No more reinforcements. Not for Creator. Even getting supply blocked. Good control. Does kill 1 Stalker. Rotates back over towards the natural where there are 3 shield batteries. Oh my god. That's a lot of shield batteries. But doesn't matter. That's the question. We can 2-shot Stalkers. Zealots are coming in. 1 Stalker did go down. Void Ray has arrived. Classic being forced back. Looking at the unit stat, we have 15 Stalkers to the 6 of Creator. Classic with a massive army. When he barely will get the Void Ray. Good target firing. Boys are being pulled. Once again, Classic, he ignores the boys. Goes straight for the Stalkers. Gets 1, gets 2, gets the Oracle as well. And Creator barely has anything left. Again, Classic, his economy was crippled. He barely has any mining going on. But his control, his Blink control is always working with. Takes down a pylon, gets a second. Probes are doing what they can, but we're losing so much here in the defense. Void Ray does arrive, but we still have 11 Stalkers. They're so low. But they're still alive. That's what matters. They push in, they dive on the Void Ray, they get a kill. And GG gets called. Classic. Despite losing so much, he went down to 23 probes against like the 40, like the 45 of Creator. And Classic was completely all in, but with Blink, with his micro, with his control, he was able to overcome Creator and take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. Oh. Classic does take down Creator 2-0, and he does advance on to the grand finals, again off of what Classic does best. Game 1, Classic went for a 1-base all-in. Game number 2, he was forced into a 2-base all-in. But again, when he's under that kind of pressure, that's when Classic really just ramps it up and really makes it happen. He thrives in the chaos, typically. GG, well played. Classic advances on to the grand finals, where he will face off against his next opponent. We already have our finals ready. It is going to be Classic versus MaxPax in a PvP best of 5. Let's go. Let us go. Unfortunately, we did not have the replays of the upper semis, so we weren't able to cast MaxPax's semifinals match. I would have loved to have seen it, but unfortunately, we don't have the replays. We do have the replays, though, of the grand finals, following Classic further and further into this tournament, into this best of 5. Now, what I will say is that these games have been really fast. We went over the quarterfinals, we went over the semis, and it's just been 2-0s across the board. 2-0s and really fast 2-0s as well. We haven't really been able to sink our teeth into 3-base economy. It's just been 2-base play, time and time again, just 2-base play across the board. Can we get into something a little bit more substantial? I'm not too sure if we can. I'll be honest. MaxPax, I foresee it already. He's going to be going for Gate Expands, and Classic is going to be going for 1-base all-ins. And it's going to be all about whether or not MaxPax can survive or not. We'll see. We're here to find out. We're going to be going on a short break. We're going to be going on a very short break here before the grand finals, so you can take this moment to get some snacks, get some water, hydrate your hydras, stretch your roaches, massage your marines, and drain all of your disruptors. And we'll be back in a couple of minutes with the finals of ESL Open Cup Americas 214. We'll see you soon.